to preserve what's there and also to fill in the gaps that might have been left. So what you see here is there was a loss around the eye. It was carefully filled here, only where the losses were. And these modern materials are fully soluble and stable, so they're not going to discolor. So once that was done, this is how she looks now. We completely filled everything in, we cleaned out all those cracks, we made sure that the surface looked better, and as a very last step, we applied varnish to protect the surface. This is pretty standard procedure. It's nothing that really scares me, but it makes a dramatic difference in the way she looks. I mean, the colors are beautiful. You can see the wonderful little light reflections on her lip and in her eyes. But there were some unusual things about this particular treatment. One is that we did it in public. This is the forecourt of Maurits house, and they constructed a glass window so you could see the conservators at work. The technical research that we did also was pretty remarkable for the time and gave us a lot of new insights about Vermeer's materials and painting technique. But one of the most interesting findings had to do with the pearl itself. This is a photograph of what the pearl looked like before conservation's treatment. And if you look closely, you can see two dots. I'm going to compare it now. You can see that there's a funny dot here, which isn't in the cleaned version. And this other dot turned out to be a tiny little flake of paint from the original paint layer that had gotten dislodged a long time ago, probably in 1882 during a previous conservation. And that little tiny paint thing was flipped over, and it was sitting upside down on the paint layer, and just happened to land in this area of the pearl. So this tiny little flake was removed, and what you see now is a much more convincing illusion of a pearl than originally. So you see, you never know what you're going to find when you start a conservation treatment, and we're delighted with the way that the girl looks now, and I hope you will be as well.